Okay, welcome to a new video. Today is going to be a very special day. We are just outside of Cuneo in Italy. We are just about to meet Luca Betti. He is the man behind Kimera, the resto mod that has taken the 037 Lancia and created something very special with it. And he's asked us to meet him at his villa here just out of Cuneo in this beautiful countryside town. And this is quite an impactful entrance into his property here. This is Villa Kimera, and it's also where the cars are kept over on that side. So we're gonna make our way over there and see some of his latest customer cars, as well as the prototype and some of the mock-ups that he uses to kind of configure the cars for its customers, and possibly even see a little glimpse into the future. This was an aristocratic house many years back that has been restored and converted into a very nice modern building. Of course, the outside hasn't really changed, but it's been refined, restored, and it is one beautiful place to not only live but also run a car company out of. The business side of the villa. Okay, so we are here at the main building, and this is where all the customers come to see the car, and this is Mr. Kimera himself, Luca.
Ciao,
nice
Dino.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So we've been chatting for a few weeks now online to
And
kind of set
finally
everything
you're
up.
here.
And
So
finally
welcome.
I'm here. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. It's a
And
pleasure to show you.
what an amazing venue to start off with, because you have created probably the coolest headquarter I have ever seen.
We tried to make the Avengers quarter in Italy style, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Worked well. And thank you for pulling out one of your cars here to kind of talk over, because, you know, as I mean, we got to start off with kind of understanding what the main idea, the main, you know, how it sparked in your mind. And I guess it all kind of goes back to your history in racing and rallying. And can you kind of run us through how it all came to be?
This is part of our DNA. This is part of our story, of my story, of our land. I'm from Piemonte, so Lancia basically is the brand of the Piemonte that make us proud when they won a lot of championship in rally or rally. And so we decided to make this tribute after my motorsport life, when I converted my motorsport company into an engineering company. And taking all the best person that worked with me in motorsport, we created this tribute car to the old 037. And basically we decided to create a car that take the old philosophy, and we called it with a small label in the back, Autentica Evoluzione, because this car was created make an authentic evolution of the philosophy, of the design, of the technician that there are behind the great story of the 037.
So you actually involved the engineers that were part of the initial project from Lancia.
Exactly. We created a team that was crazy, because it has young people with old men, old technician, sharing the same passion and sharing the knowledge and the new technology. So it was a very mix of culture and ideas. And talking together, we were able to create this mix of story and emotion.
Yeah. And I mean, just explain it. Basically, the car is an evolution of the original Monte Carlo, right?
Right,
I mean,
right.
You started off from there and then kind of built the rest around it.
As you know, the old 037 was a Group B car, so based on a large distribution model like the Beta Monte Carlo.
Yeah, yeah.
So we followed the same process of once, and we started from the body, from the shell, the chassis of the Beta Monte Carlo.
Right.
And we do again, as once, the same building process using the new materials and the new technology. So we come back to the past and we create again the same car, but with the modern touch and philosophy.
Right. And can we quickly open up, because I think we
Of
need
course.
to kind of peel away the exterior to understand what's underneath.
Yeah, this car was made and created for a client of us, and he completely decided all the small details of the car with a great taste. So he created this matte color in red,
Yeah.
and all the car is built with lucid and glossy carbon fiber, and you
Wow,
can see
look at this.
all the details that we complete having a car that represent a synthesis of the technology of the great Lancias of 80s.
Wow, that is
So-
absolutely amazing. It's got an impact when you open it
Yes,
up.
yes.
It really takes your
We
breath
have
away.
a lot of video when you see that we open the bonnet and a lot of people go to see
Oh, yeah.
effectively finally something that smell of humans.
Yeah.
Because I always say, here there is no digital technology. This is all mechanical. And when you see the mechanical, you understand how the humans are intelligent and capable to do great things.
Absolutely, but you know, for me being Italian and living abroad, it's such a big pride to come here and see you guys creating what is the new wave of the Italian supercar. I mean, you guys are
Yeah.
really taking that, what the legacy brands started.
Yeah.
You guys are taking that further. And you're the guys that have the balls to do it, because the big brands are doing
Or
it.
the madness. Or the madness.
Exactly, yeah.
We Italian, we are crazy people.
Indeed, yeah.
But when we are able to put together, all be very creative and passionate together, we can create something very good. So it's our pride also to be able to create a team that was able to go on with the progress of this legacy we have.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so let's break the car down, starting with the chassis. So you said you started with the Beta Monte Carlo, I
Right.
guess, center section.
Yeah.
And from there you progress backwards with a tubular frame.
There is a little different. This
Okay.
was the mode exactly used by Lancia,
Right.
and we upgrade a little bit the process of building. So now we completely build the tube frame chassis, and then we fit the Beta Monte Carlo shell on it,
Right.
because this permit to do as they did, the Lancia did after with the S4, to have better torsion of the chassis and don't have the soft shell that pump not good torsion
Right,
on
right,
the
okay.
past. So we improve it.
Sure.
And then we fit this engine that has the original block design, because effectively with Italtecnica, the chassis was made by Bonetto and the engine was made by Italtecnica. They are two excellence of our land.
Yeah.
And the engine was scanned. We make a 3D scan of the old Group B, and then we recreate and we recast, remachine all the crank
So wait, you started with your own casting of the engine block.
from zero,
Oh,
from
wow,
scratch.
okay.
We
That's-
did a proper new engine.
Yeah.
All the car is completely new. So we make the fusion, the casting of the engine, and then all around is completely built using the modern concept of the CNC.
Yeah.
You can see that all the mechanicals is
You can see
made.
all the
Yeah.
billet arms, the uprights.
The hub you can see here is a block of aluminum of 86 kilos that after a machining became to be just 7. So 3 days of machining to just
to do
obtain
one rear hub.
One hub. So
That's
it's a
absolutely
crazy,
incredible.
it's a madness, but
And you-
there is so much technology.
And
on
you've
it.
kept the same twin damper
Yeah.
spring in the middle layout as the 037.
As I told you, this is an authentic evoluzione. So
Yeah.
it is something that evolve, but authentically maintain the origins.
That's amazing. That really is impressive. And of course, with that, you maintained the twin charger setup for the engine as well, right?
Originally, the 037 has just the Volumex, and
Right.
then the S4, the Lancia Delta S4 Group B, has the twin
Charge.
Volumex and turbo.
Yeah.
Because this was an intelligent way to have a sort of anti-lag. And in fact, in the low RPM, you have the Volumex, that the supercharger pump the air. But then when you go in the high RPM, there is the turbo. But originally, these turns together. We make a sort of new concept, putting a electro clutch that when the Volumex stop his work, arriving at the top pressure it can have, an electro clutch leave the belts that is pushing, so the engine is free to run without the pushing this belt, and arrive the turbo that will give you the kick.
And
on
what at what RPM does that change?
Basically at 4,200, 4,300, yeah.
And the engine revs to, what's the red line?
7,200.
7,000, okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's beautifully laid out. Look at this work of art with the carbon inlet manifold, electrical throttle. Something we see a lot in Japan and Time Attack with the to keep the boost in check. There, you got to make sure the pipes don't come apart.
Don't permit the horses to go
Yeah,
out.
exactly. And you have a charge cooler built into the supercharger.
Yeah, correctly. There is a system of valve that open, and this is managed, of course, by an ECU.
Yeah.
So they balance the opening of this valve and permit to have the maximum torque and power.
Okay, so away from once the gases escape the turbos, they go into this kind of center-mounted silencer, and then you've maintained the same outlets as the 037.
Yeah, that's right, because we wanted to keep the feelings and the design, but also the mechanical philosophy behind.
Yeah.
So we kept this design of the exhaust, but for sure to take the low sound of the car when it's on the traffic, we put this valve.
Yeah, I saw the valve there, yeah.
Yeah, in map 3 or just with the button is possible to close this valve, and so using the second system and having direct
you can
direct
you can
exhaust.
keep undercover a little bit.
Right.
And one thing we didn't touch on yet is the rear transaxle. So can we kind of run through that as well, please?
Yeah, considering we upgrade the engine and the horsepower now is nearly to the double of what was in the past.
What is the horsepower of the engine?
We have more than 500 horsepower on little more than 1,000 kilos, so the balance of power and weight is very good. We need a gearbox, and we found the gearbox of the Lamborghini Gallardo, which is the same also of the Audi R8, that was very strong considering it was used for V10 engines. So we fit it on just 4-cylinder engine, 2.2 liters, but with a lot of pepper.
You have some safety margin in there.
Yes, and in fact I have to say you that it's more than 3 years we are using the car and never has a problem of
and of course we should point out that this car is manual.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
not DSG.
Analogic and manual.
It's analog all the way, right down to the driving experience, as it should be.
Yes,
as it should
absolutely.
Be. Amazing. And I just noticed, like, even the little latch which kind of clips onto the to the mount here. It's all billet. It's
again
just the
machined.
detail. All machined out
we
of billet.
decided to don't use carryover parts taken by other car, and we machined all of this to demonstrate we are doing the proper thing with the proper way.
That's amazing. And I noticed you split the fuel tanks.
Yeah, has a 40, as the old 037. Yeah. It's nice because this was done to balance the weight, and in fact you don't have the tank that has the weight just in one side. Sure. So there is a common tubes that balance the fuel. Okay. So you are able to do in the both side the fuel.
Oh, right. So you don't need to fill them separately. You can just run through one side.
Right.
And what is it? 25, 25 or?
It's more. 33, 33. So
okay, so 66 liters.
Even more. Yeah. You are around 70 liters in total.
Right. Amazing. And of course, all the bodywork, the cowls, it's all carbon fiber.
Total carbon fiber.
Inside it. And I love how the detail just stretches right into the inside, where it doesn't really need to be.
Yes, has to be fitted completely, and I'm very careful to see that always the details are very well done.
And you have a lot of heat management happening here to make sure the heat comes in.
Absolutely.
Or gets exhausted out and the fresh air is fed through the turbo there on the side.
We study all the development to be able to give to the car the perfect air cooling.
Yeah, and we will see this engine and talk to the guys that actually developed the entire motor at Italtecnica.
Right.
We're going to be visiting them and talking a little bit even more technical stuff with them. So
If you will visit Carlo, ask to him all the details
I
about
will,
the
I will
engine.
be fully on nerd out. Okay, let's move to the front because I love how it's very well cleaned up here with this carbon fiber panel, and I guess you also have a little trunk.
Yes, if you have a trolley just for a weekend.
Yeah, we can fit a helmet in there
yes,
or two.
of course. We complete the car making a proper cover for the front, being very light with the carbon fiber. But it was important to end our works and to make it completely. So effectively, we check every details that was so important. Also in the interiors, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a
you
look
can
inside.
see. Here you can find the typical Italian and Lancia style with Alcantara, which was the typical materials used, and we kept a layout very simple as the old 037, but of course we upgrade all the instrument, and you still have infotainment with the possibility to manage your phone. So the basic helpful tools you can have. It has, for example, this digital retro mirror that is very helpful with this spoiler to be able to see in the back, and so you can also have the view.
Yeah, we were looking at it before. There's actually two cameras, one for the regular view and one when you engage reverse, right?
For
to get
having
the wider.
two angles. One is when you are going on the street, and then when you parking, you need to go see on the back.
That's incredible. One thing I noticed is it's very much like F40, like where you see the carbon fiber.
Exactly.
It's not a tub, but it looks like a tub, right?
Is a citation everywhere of these amazing Group B cars.
Yeah, that's incredible, and I just love the center console here with the mechanical.
Have you seen
shifter
that there is a sort of motorsport procedure to switch on the car?
No.
Here with this one you have the main electricity circuit.
Okay.
And then you can put it
you
this
prime.
is the pump, and at the end you have a sort of ceremony with two buttons. You have to switch on the car.
Oh, no way. That's amazing. Oh, wow, that's insane. That is like the most unique ignition I've ever seen.
Yes.
And of course, all the dials are custom made.
Yeah, we completely do also this by ourselves. So it's something that we create, being inspired by the 80s instrument.
And I love how it looks like a Group B rally car here in the
Exactly.
center console with all the little buttons.
Also, you can see this gearbox shift bar that is inspired by the Group B car, where this label is used to don't permit to the driver to fit the retro gear, and so it's something that has a logic to be used, you know.
So you can't make the mistake of reverse.
And if you touch, you can feel how is it mechanic to be very.
It looks super sharp.
Yeah.
And I love the rally-inspired seats.
Yes, of course.
That's so cool.
It is a mix of S4 and 037.
So you guys collaborate with Sparco on the seats?
Yes, they are our supplier, and all the carbon fiber is effectively made in Sparco.
Nice, nice. So you mean the whole car's carbon fiber?
The
or just
carbon
the interior?
fiber, all the carbon fiber parts are made in Sparco, because Sparco has a big carbon fiber department, and we take the carbon fiber from them.
Well, they make the seats for the Bugatti Chiron, so
Yes,
they know what they're doing.
A lot of parts for Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, but of course this is not showed too
No,
much.
of course not. But people who know, they know.
They know.
Okay, and then the really cool thing is now we're actually going to a racetrack, right?
Of course, as Fiorano is the circuit of Ferrari, we have Busca, has Kimera circuit.
you have your own.
We go now all together to
And then Larry and I can have a bit of fun.
with a pleasure, absolutely.
Amazing. And before we take off, we gotta take a look at the little headquarters setup here. This is where the cars get configured. This is one of the mock-ups, so it's only the exterior body. So customers can come in, they can check through all the Alcantara fabrics to get an idea of the colors that are available, the textures, they can get a feel. Here are some examples of the body colors, gloss and also matte, right across the entire section here. And this is actually the configurator. This is an Oculus-based 3D system, so people can actually put it on and feel immersed in this room, and then switch over to their configuration, and the car will instantly change, and they can have a look around and navigate through that. As we continue here, this is one that if you've looked Kimera up on the internet, you would have seen this Martini Special. This is actually one configuration that they offered at a slightly higher price. It comes with different wheels. It's got carbon fiber aero discs, front and back. Of course, that legendary livery that was so successful for the Group B days Lancia, with very famous drivers like Walter Roll, Marco Allen and Mickey Bison, who actually put on that rally event that we went to check out the other day. I just love the back of this car. It's just so aggressive. And next door is the green example that we're also going to be taking out. Very elegant, the green against that tan interior with that green Alcantara center and slightly bronzed wheels. Those massive Brembo calipers. I actually noticed they run the Brembos that are usually made for SUVs. They're like really gigantic, very rounded, very organic, kind of shaped calipers. And these are some of the trophies that Luca collected over his long racing career in rallying and motorsports, and some of the rallies that he's participated in. He's got tons more of these. An insane setup here at Kimera. And of course, we end up with the actual mock-up of the car. We'll go around this way. This is when they were still visualizing the final design of the car. It was created in a 1:1 scale, just to get an idea of what it looks like before production began. Absolutely insane. Up there is Luca's office along with his employees, and that is where all the work gets done. Luca has a little racetrack down the road that we're gonna be sampling, and we get to drive the car too, so we're gonna have a good idea of what somebody that has managed to secure one of these cars. Of course, production has ended, all 37s have been built. What these guys get to experience when they take these masterpieces out. It's crazy how it actually really sounds like a Group B car. You have that kind of whine of the compressor always in the background there. Listen to that thing. It looks so good. I'm gonna jump in the Martini livery car, and we're gonna go to refuel first and then take the cars to the track. Okay, so we get to ride in the Martini one.
Yeah, exactly, the prototype.
So this was a color scheme that was offered as an option, right?
Well, actually, this is just the livery.
Right.
But yes, we do have the option to offer the Martini 7 model, and they do all have the Martini livery.
And did it come with the carbon fiber aero discs on the wheel, or is that another option?
Well, you can actually choose carbon fiber like brake brake discs and all the rest, but like we didn't have a single customer choose them because they're pretty expensive, and also most customers, they want to drive our cars on the London roads,
Sure.
and not on
the track.
Yeah, on the track. You know, that's yeah. I can't see in the back.
I can't see if anybody's coming. What a perfect time during the day to take out these cars as the light begins to kind of fade. Wow. It sounds like nothing else.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
I never heard any car like sound like this. And this is on map 1 because you have 3 maps down there, and the one is limited to 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
And if you unlock the third map, you can see the sound change of the turbo.
I love how there's an Italian flag down here.
And it does sound quite good.
Oh, I bet.
The gears are very short, as you can see. We're like
We're already in 6th gear.
yeah, we're already in 6th gear, but
Well, it is a rally card inspired car, so it makes total
it's
sense.
good. Especially this one, especially the prototype.
Wow. Even just driving to the gas station has been an experience. Look at this. Look at this sight. Larry, man.
Real life?
Oh my god. Oh my god. It sounds like a Group B rally car. Like that supercharger is always in there.
This is just
Wow. And it just looks so good with the aero discs. It just finishes the car off. Oh my god, look at this. Of course they're functional. That crazy custom engine in there. This one actually has like a matte carbon finish on the intake manifold. As does this one. The red one we were looking at was different. Right. Let's jump in again. We don't have much time to get to the track. I think we're already in the car. Right now. Oh my god. Okay, that's the first time you got on the gas.
Yeah.
And it blew
yeah,
my mind.
Actually, yes.
Wow, I was not expecting that. That thing pushes hard.
Yeah, the acceleration is brutal.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at this. Dude, what the We have a track. We have a track. So we're going to be trying something a little bit different. Some drone shots, thanks to Mikael, who's helping me out. Hopefully we can get some cool stuff while Luca does his thing on track. Hopefully get some sideways action as well. Look at this interior. I love the green on the tan. It's so nice. And the doors as well. Carbon fiber from Sparco. Okay, so Larry goes out first for the first lap with Luca at the wheel. And we got Mikael here already set up with his FPV drone. What a location with these gigantic Alps in the background. Okay, Luca's going for it now. God, it sounds insane. Oh, here we go. Oh yes. So we have Luca here at the wheel of the Martini liveried one. This is the prototype. And we're going out just as the sun sets. Ready? Oh yeah, ready. I'm really just blown away at the amount of torque this car just puts out. Just like that. Yeah, it's insane.
Stop.
insane. So literally jumped out now. I'm still shaking. It's one hell of a car. It's a lot of car. And of course, you know, being mid-engined, it moves around so much, but in a good way. It's very light, it's very responsive, and you have so much adjustability. You know, I was driving with no shoes on and socks, touching slippery carbon floors. I didn't feel very comfortable to push it because of that. But what I managed to do is really realize that this is one very special car. It is extremely light, so everything reacts far quicker, far more responsive than, you know, any modern car would. And the braking is absolutely phenomenal because of that. And the response from the engine is just instant. It's really, really instant. There is no lag whatsoever. And it's a very hefty torque curve that really propels you out of corners. As Luca was showing us, you know, it can be used in true anger. Right, we're gonna move the car now, position it for a few last shots against the beautiful mountains there on the backdrop. Okay, I really have to do another walk around. I can't get over just how beautifully aggressive this thing is. That silhouette of the Beta Monte Carlo, which is literally one of my favorite Lancias of all time, recreated in this way. It just represents where the Italian industry is now going. You know, you take all the legendary legacy brands like Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, and, you know, they're doing their thing. They're, you know, pushing the envelope with modern cars. But these guys, these new manufacturers of very bespoke cars aimed at the enthusiasts, this is where the real direction of the Italian automotive industry is really going, at least for people that really appreciate that analog experience. It is something that I've experienced, and, you know, I totally get it. You really, really understand what these guys are trying to do. They're trying to bring a level of experience, a level of satisfaction when it comes to driving that modern day cars just don't offer it. They'll be faster, you know, they'll be easier to drive, but the feedback, the satisfaction is just not there. Right, and now I get to drive the green one together with Luca in the Martini. We're gonna do some final shots from the back. So here we go, two cars together. Look at that sunset.